Hi, Francois here from Sunfire Valley Homestead. We a new homestead starting, me and my wife Sonia. It's just outside Potensi. As you can see today we're testing chainsaws. We have a lot of invasive black wattle trees to clear to what we need to do on the homestead. It's an invasive species and they drain a lot of our water source, so there's a lot of work we're going to have to do with chainsaws. So for that, shout out to Outdoor Power Bloemfontein, where we're originally from. They sold me this 61. It's been workhorse, just going and going and going, but we wanted something upgraded, a bit stronger, a bit faster for the work lying ahead. And they suggested, why don't I try the new Greenworks 5 kilowatt, they called it the Hog. They say it's a monster. So I said I don't believe it, and they said Greenworks says take it, test it, let us know. What I would like to compare is how strong it is, how fast it cuts, how long the batteries last, and then also how much this will drain from our existing off-the-grid solar power system. According to the stats, this Greenworks is a 6.7 horsepower engine comparison to a 3.9. As you can see, it's almost double, which we wanted. We wanted to test the double strength compared to our previous ones. Just to keep everything similar and the same, I've selected basically the same length bars. It has exactly the same chain. Both of them have new chains on. I have cut down 2 trees with that chain and this chain just to get used to the saw before we do the video. That was the first one with the old faithful 61. Even though the 61 had to rescue the Greenworks, it was operator error. It was cutting so fast, I didn't realize I was almost halfway through the tree, so the tree pinched it. So that was my error. But this thing cuts, especially when the blade is full inside the tree. It still cuts, it doesn't stop. Where this one, when it's 3/4 in, it pinches, it stops. I have to pull back, go in, pull back, go in. Where this one I can just cut, and that's where I made a mistake, to cut too far. And if you can see, it hasn't even used any battery, nothing, almost anything. So let's see what the next cut does. Okay, let's start this time with the Greenworks hog. Dead tree. Let's see how it goes. Oh, that was fast. That was quick. Okay, this tree is obstructing the test for the other tree. So now we're trying, going to show the cuts, how many cuts, brand new battery in. Let's see. Okay, it just hit the last bar on the battery. Out of my experience with my other battery tools, because it's warm, it drains faster. It might have more power, so we'll see when it cools down if it's a little bit more. But I'm also a big fan of not using the battery totally flat, so I'll be having a look how fast it will charge that 3/4 of a way. But yes, it cuts extremely fast, so it will definitely be faster than the 61, cutting the 61. We'll just see if the battery, how fast it charges on the solar. Yeah, but I like it. It's strong, it's fast. Okay, I'm picking up the 61 after holding the Greenworks hog. It is quite a bit lighter, so operating it, obviously if you look at the bigger equivalent Husqvarna to the Greenworks, obviously I think it will be the same weight in the Greenworks, but yeah, the 61 is lighter. It's definitely lighter. But let's see how it cuts. Okay, we gonna charge the battery now, the Optimus battery. Let's see, it's still on one stripe, but I like to start charging. 3 stripes down. Let's see how much watts it uses. The output at the moment. Goes in. Switches on. Output. Oh, that's quite a lot of power. About 460 watts, 470 watts. I'm going to put on a timer and then we'll see how long it takes to fully charge. Okay, it's been 47 minutes. Okay, it's basically been an hour recharging. Fridge is still running, so it's still draining a bit of power slowly, but it says it's done charging. So work on an hour on a 3/4 battery charge. Yeah, very impressed with this chainsaw. Battery is a bit strong to reload on my solar system. It takes an hour. Takes about 10% of my 4 kilowatt hour roundabout. I work it out to my system, maybe more 8%, but if you want something fast, strong, reliable, it gives warnings for low oil, Yeah, it looks after itself. One thing I have realized, it got so fast, you basically have to sharpen it after every second tree. But I don't think that's a problem because the speed that it cuts is just unbelievable. See what the Greenworks does. You can see the comparison. Speed. You obviously see the difference in speed, but it's important to say the price difference is also quite a bit. But advantage of the Greenworks, the battery is interchangeable, so electric bikes you can use the batteries for, so that you can change the batteries, use it for the one day for the chainsaw and the next day to patrol the wires on the fencing. So that's also a difference, but there's a big speed difference. But obviously that one is almost double this one's power, so you have to keep that in consideration. Okay, time to clean. I must say this Greenworks runs a lot cleaner than the Husqvarna, and the Greenworks is really thought out well. Like the screws or the bolts can't fall out. They can't fall out at all. Something holding them back. The tensioning is much easier of the chain. It's not there in a little hole. It's right there. Easy access. Shows you where it is, where the tension lies. But overall, Greenworks really thought out well. Easy maintenance, easy operation, looks after itself. Really impressed with the Greenworks. I'm definitely gonna get me one. Because I'm not being paid for or sponsored, I can give an honest opinion. As a workhorse, unless you have a lot of money and you can buy 5 batteries and you have a big solar system or a lot of power, then you can definitely just buy Greenworks, straightforward. But if you want something like a workhorse, going on cutting all day, unfortunately the battery power is just not there yet for working all day.